obviously it's been, we're going on our year 3 now of COVID, and how that's impacted the city and our businesses. And it's hit hard, especially the bars, the restaurants, retail. Some of the bigger companies obviously have been doing all right, and if not really good. Tax revenue for the city of Yelm during that same period has gone up, but a lot of those that are impacted by it have been hurt financially quite a bit. And so, the city's been doing some programs, some that I agree with, some I thought we could do more on. We're going to be talking about that, discussing with our management team what we can do to provide not necessarily handouts to people, but more of a, the one thing I really wanted early on was a shop local program, and that didn't get implemented for whatever reasons. The city council decided to go other ways, and that's something I'm going to push for again. I don't know what it's going to look like, if it's going to be the same program that I first suggested, but shop local is very important for the city, for the local folks here, and I get that, and I understand. Some of the bigger companies like our Walmarts and Safeways, they do produce a lot of our tax revenue here for the city of Yelm. But it's all those small businesses that are people that live here, that shop here, that work here. Those are our neighbors, our friends that make this city unique. They make this city, they have the flavor, if you will, compared to other cities. It makes us unique versus Spanaway that don't have that necessarily the same culture. But I do recognize that it has had a huge impact on businesses, how we're dealing with it. At City Hall, we're implementing different changes to reduce the impacts it has on city staff and our services that we provide to the city and the citizens here in Yelm. Anything else more specific, Margaret? Thank you. Any other questions? Back here.
Over the time that I've lived here and I've been a business owner, I've noticed that there are our homeless population around the area is kind of building up a little bit. Also, I'm seeing more and more customers that are under the influence of stuff. So I was wondering if maybe somewhere down the line you could do something to facilitate maybe like a rehab sort of facility, or just to help the general population of people that are around here that are struggling with pregnancies.
Yeah, so I sat on the homelessness task force, and so I'm very familiar with the issue. I've also talked with a lot of regional partners as well on it. One of the biggest things that I thought came out of the homelessness task force that is proven to have an impact is our community resource fair that we've been holding monthly. I think one month we didn't do it, but we're getting back onto it. I do think that's very important though for our community, giving those resources that are already existing in the state level, the federal level, and at our county as well. Those folks come out here, they set up here in this room, and all these different organizations, and folks they don't necessarily have to be homeless or drug dependent or whatever. They can a lot of these folks are also just low income families as well that want to know about different resources they can reach out to, and it has proven to be successful. There's people that have gotten off the streets because of this program. As far as just the drug addiction part of it, that's something, it's much more, it's bigger than just Yelm. The homelessness issue is bigger than Yelm too. But for us here in Yelm, I'm really relying on that community resource fair to help have existing resources that aren't spending necessarily the city of Yelm's and taxpayers here. But I think that's the best way that our city can use our small resources to help get people off the streets. Lynn?
I have a question.
Sure.
The resource fair that you were just talking about, do you know about how many people take advantage of that each month?
Yeah, so it's a small amount. It's about 2 or 3 or so that actually sign up for services. There's more that actually go to it, but that actually physically sign up for services, just a handful. But when we're a smaller community, so that smaller amount, it's a bigger percentage. It helps out a lot. Yeah, go ahead. Second question.
And then second question, totally unrelated to that. Where do you see the greatest geographical growth happening in Yelm in the next 2, 3, 5 years?
So there's 2 parts to that. The first is the economic piece. The growth that I see businesses really developing, and business developers that I'm chatting with is a Walmart area. I think we're going to see an explosion of growth down there. I think there will be an apartment down there in the complex behind Walmart, but there's also going to be, from what I've been hearing, hopefully, and don't quote me on this just yet, but there's going to be likely one big area where there's going to be an anchor tenant and maybe like a box store type with smaller stores, like 5 or 6 surrounding a situation similar to in Esquale Plaza or the Safeway area, something like that, where you have one big tenant and a bunch of smaller businesses, which will be great for small business opportunities around here. Gives a brand new facility with great access right off our bypass, which will hopefully be concurrent with each other. And so, yeah, so that's for the business area, but growth-wise is residential, it's all over. We've had growth, we're building that in that direction. We're building over here, got the Medical Plaza, we're gonna expand on those houses. I say we, the greater we. The developers are gonna be expanding down there as well. So, towards the high school area, that corners of town really, the one side to the other. But there's gonna be some sprinkling. We're seeing a lot of duplexes as well, multiplexes coming up. And those are kind of sprinkled all throughout town. Yeah, yes.
I was just thinking with all of this growth for residential, we've seen the new middle school come in, we're rebuilding the one elementary school. Are we gonna have a need for another new school, independent additional school to support those families?
Yeah, I mean, that's more of a school question, or like a school district question. But I'd like to see more schools. We're always building, the way that we build here in Washington State, it's kind of wonky. We can't build for future growth, we have to build for current growth. And so, if anything, I would push, and I'd be happy to push for it, and I'll work with our school board, our superintendent, to see what their needs are and how I can help them. But I'd be willing to work with them at the state legislature level and see if we can't try to change some of those funding laws. But yeah, absolutely, we're gonna need more schools. Yelm's growing so fast and so quickly that we're gonna need more schools very soon. So I don't know when the next spot's gonna come, but we've already just passed ours. But I don't know, 5-10 years maybe we'll probably need more. But that's more of a school district question, to be real. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
My name is Harry from Bald Hills, and also known as Santa, coming through that part of here. I used to tell people that I was from Olympia area, but I find more and more people know where Yelm is.
Yeah.
And as we grow and as this is put together, this is our town. Lacey's not our town, Spanaway, Bethel area, this is our town. And as you grow and more people come here and there's more and more activities, I just appreciate the way we've been going with working with the chamber and other business groups and making this a fun place and making sure that there are activities that happen in Yelm that keep that flavor and keep the fun where all the families feel good about coming to town. And I'm looking forward to having parades back and being able to banquet on and just have kids enjoy being here because it's a delightful town. And we don't want to lose that flavor in any way we can ramp it up. So anything you can do, more people is great, more traffic, we deal with it, but making sure that this is still a fun place to come. So thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I love the events, talk about there's so many great events. Barbecue rally is one of my favorites lately. Oh no, there's some good. We have a lot of good ones here at Yelm. I don't want to rank them or anything, but that one's up there. Barbecue Fest. Prairie Day is probably my favorite, I guess. It's just been around for forever, basically. So, but yeah, we're gonna bring some of those activities back. Last year we've already done a lot of them. This year we're gonna have even more events. And not just the same, we're gonna have even more. And with that comes parking too. I know that's been an issue. These last couples kind of a struggle. But we're gonna be looking at different areas where we can actually pave and have some paved parking or some gravel parking or just expand the capacity for us, because I know that's a huge issue for us as well. So we'll work on that as well. The one other parade though, you mentioned parades, one of the things that I would really love to see, Yelm's a military city, military community, and I would love to see some military parade, and not any of our politicians or anything else, just strictly appreciation for our military. So I think that would be a really cool thing. And And we're already having those conversations, some of these groups to honor them in our armed services. So, any other questions? All right, thanks.
All right, let's give it up for Joe.